Hello teachers, learners, and parents. Sir Jeff po, at your service. Alam nyo ba na meron tayong website na tinatawag na DepEd Commons? Ang DepEd Commons ay binuo upang gawing accessible ang pagtuturo at pag-aaral dito sa ating bansa gamit lamang ang inyong mga smart devices gaya ng cellphones, tablets, at computers. Dito ay maaari nating ma-access ang iba't ibang learning materials mula sa Department of Education. Meron itong mga interactive materials, electronic self-learning modules, at instructional video lessons mula sa DepEd TV na tiyak na makatutulong sa pag-aaral ng mga mag-aaral galing ka man sa public o private school. Walang problema dahil welcome ang lahat dito. Para ito sa mga guro, magulang at mga mag-aaral mula sa kinder hanggang grade 12, alternative learning system o ALS, at pati na rin ang special education. At huwag kang mag-alala dahil kahit walang load ay maaari mong ma-access ang mga learning materials. Tama! Libre ito. Ang kailangan mo lamang gawin ay i-on ang iyong data at buksan lamang ang iyong browser at i-type ang commons.deped.gov.ph. Alam na ba ng iyong mga kasamahang guro o mag-aral ang tungkol sa DepEd Commons? I-share mo na ang video na ito upang matuto rin sila kung paano gagamitin ang DepEd Commons sa mabilis at napakadaling paraan. Muli, ito po si Sir Jeff at kita-kits po tayo sa DepEd Commons. Paalam!
Browsing and learning to use the internet is one of the easiest and funnest things to do today. A click here, another click there, and we can be anywhere. You can meet people from around the world. Hi! Read amazing stories and histories of the past. Ooh. And even have a glance of what may be seen in the future. But remember, using the internet without proper guidance and enough knowledge can also be one of the scariest we can ever imagine. Ooh. Imagine going on an online trip, seeing the beauty of the place, when suddenly, potential scams pop up and block your way. Scams? These are dishonest tricks used to deceive people, and we don't want that to happen to any of us. So, be your own hero online. Be internet alert. If it's too good to be true, then it's most likely fake. Fair exchanges shouldn't ask for your personal information. Always think twice or ask for the assistance of your parents and guardians before accessing a new site. Be on guard for possible phishing that will ask you to log in and give your important personal details. Whew! That was close. Good thing, I am internet alert. Remember, any effort to steal your information may be a form of scam. So always trust your intuition and distinguish what's real and what's fake online. This has been your online hero, Ma'am Jennifer, reminding you to beware by being aware, keep your learning safe, and don't fall for fake. Share.
Hello there! Almost all of us are citizens of the online world, and the internet is the system that runs this world. The internet is so powerful. Indeed, anything can go viral in a blink of an eye. Whatever we say, post, or share, whether positive or negative, can immediately spread all over the online world before we
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gap where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our module, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Hello mga ka-ETUlay. Good morning sa inyong lahat mula Luzon hanggang Mindanao, pati na rin sa buong mundo dahil sa DepEd ETU ay #Level Up na. May mga bagong programs na katulad ng ALS, Alive, SPED at special programs. Makakasama niyo rin ang mga bagong DepEd ETUlay tutors.
Ang ating Math Remediation program from grade 4 to grade 6 ay makakasama ninyo kaming mga math sayahit, math gagandang tutors every Wednesday, 10:30 to 11 a.m.
All the way to the land of Lapu-Lapu, kasama natin ulit si Tutor Mel. Hi, Tutor Mel.
Hello! And of course, mula naman sa lugar ng sikat na bamboo organ in Las Piñas, si Tutor Tolen.
Hi kids! Good morning sa inyo. You can watch us live here at our FB pages, DepEd EdTech Unit and DepEd Tayo.
That's correct. You can also watch us simultaneously and has a replay on our YouTube channels in DepEd Philippines, DepEd EdTech Unit, and DepEd TV.
So let's hold on and live up with our silver button. Gawin na natin siyang gold. From YouTube, ang DepEd EdTech Unit under the leadership of USEC Alain Pasqua and Sir Mark C. Kaya what are you waiting for, kids? Parents, guardians, and teachers, do support us by clicking the subscribe button, notification bell for updates, and you will surely learn from all our DepEd ETUlay online tutorial episodes, from kinder to senior high school in all subjects.
That's correct. And we are also happy to tell you kids that DepEd ETUlay Facebook group has now 51,000 members. All right.
Parang 53,000 na nga yata, Tutor Mel.
Oh!
Last week, di ba? Naka 50 plus na ngayon, 53 na yata.
Yes, that's right kids. So do follow, like, and be a member too para updated ka sa mga bagong episodes ng ETUlay. Talagang #level up ETUlay na tayo. Yay!
Yan, good morning. Ayan, pinopost na ni Direk. Kaya nakakatuwa at nakakataba ng puso talaga ang pagsusubaybay at participation niyo mga kids. So Tutor Mel, dahil meron tayong 3,000 live commenters at views, nice natin pasalamatan ng mga tuties natin, lalo si Daniel, Nea, Nicolette, Haduka, si Martin Angel Dave ng grade 5. Ayan, pa-shout out kay Bayudan from, ayan, si Ryan Cobar. And of course, hello sa mga estudyante namin sa Tawalon Village National High School. Ongoing ang aming Supreme Student Government Election. Iboto ang mga karapat-dapat. Good morning sa mga teachers at sa kay Mira, lalong-lalo na sa aming butihing principal na si Ma'am Jacqueline Bautista, ang aming Math EPS, Dr. Gina Agites, at ang aming supervisor na si Ma'am Tuble, at ang aming hardworking na superintendent si Sir Joel T. Torrecampo.
Yes, and daghang salamat po sa pagtanaw. Jeza Florin Castillon, grade 6 Luna of San Roque Central Elementary School, Davao City. Sofia Abigail Saiko and Blessy Santianco of Pinaod Central School. All the schools of the Lapu-Lapu City Division. Lord Anthony Gonzalez of grade 6 Jacinto of Lapu-Lapu Elementary School, Davao City, Giliana and Fontanoza family, Limar, Troy, Kyle, and Queen. And of course, special mention rin ang mga estudyante ko, grade 5 Justiniani and grade 5 science class and their parents. Power 5 teachers and co-teachers of Babagwan Elementary School with our new school principal, Dr. Annalyn Malingin, our new district supervisor, Mrs. Rebecca Turing, and our energetic and hardworking SDS, Dr. Wilfreda D. Bungalos.
Nag-rotational na sila, Tutor Mel.
Yes. Yes, Tutor Tolen, tama.
Yan. So, okay, kung handa na ang lahat, i-ready na ang lapis at papel at tayo ng Math Aral, Math Tuto at Math Enjoy.
Yes, and our math remediation lesson for this week is addition and subtraction of similar and dissimilar fractions.
So at the end of our tutorial, you will be able to add similar and dissimilar fractions and at the same time subtract similar and dissimilar fractions.
Correct. But before we move on to Tertolen, let's review our lesson last week. All right, it's all about equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions are also called as equal fractions. They are fractions that may have different numerators and denominators, but they represent the same value.
Yes, ayan, fractions na tayo. And equivalent fractions can only have or only be made by multiplying or dividing. And whatever you do on the numerator, this is the number on top of the bar line. And you should also do this on the denominator or the number below the bar line to have an
Yes.
equivalent fractions.
Correct. So these equivalent fractions of 1/2 have bigger number, but we can see that they all have the same size value. So we multiplied to get these equivalent fractions.
Yan eh. Yan nata yung pinamudmud natin last week, di ba, Tutor Mel? Kasi 51,000 yung mga members ng FB page natin. Ayan, so whatever you do on the numerator, kids, you have to do it on the denominator. So if you multiply 1/2 by the factor 2, you will get the equivalent fraction of 2/4.
Yes, correct. We also talk about reducing fractions. When we say reducing fractions, it means simplifying a fraction, wherein we divide the numerator and the denominator by a common divisor until the common factor becomes 1.
So we can apply what we have learned about the greatest common factor, which is the continuous division or the ladder method, when we simplify or reduce our fractions to their simplest or lowest terms.
Yes. All right. So we have an example, 15 over 45. When we reduced it to its fraction, we can see that when we get the GCF of 15 and 45, the remaining quotients are actually 1 and 3. So it's also the reduced fraction 1/3 for 15 and 45.
Yan. So yan yung mga
Yes.
shortcuts sa kids. So yung mga lesson natin before, pwede natin magamit sa lesson natin this week.
Yes, correct. And ngayon, tututulan, we will have addition of fractions. But before we know the steps in adding fractions, let's understand dividing to make fractions. Tututulan?
So sharing. Okay. So
Yes.
parang sharing to mga kids. So let's say for example, you have 6 apples and you want to share this with your 3 friends. So if you have 6 apples, divide it to 3, you will also have to write it as 6 over 3 or 6/3. So 6/3, when you divide it, you will have a whole number of 2. So that means, ang bawat kaibigan mo ay mabibigyan mo ng tigda-2 mansanas.
Yes. And if we have three apples that will be shared equally among your three friends. So you can write it as 3 divided by 3. It can also be written as 3 over 3, which is equal to 1. So ibig sabihin, bawat kaibigan mo ay tig-iisa sila ng mansanas.
Nagugutom ako, Tutor Mel, ha? Kahapon, cake. Ngayon, apples naman.
Oo nga.
Ayan.
Okay.
What if dalawa na lang yung mansanas mo? Paano mo naman siya i-divide sa mga kaibigan mo? Tatlo sila. So, 2 divided by 3. So, you can write it as 2/3. So, this type of fraction, you would notice when the numerator is lesser than the denominator, it is called proper fractions.
Yes.
So, kawawa naman yung isang kaibigan ko, hindi ko mabibigyan ng apple.
Okay. Don't worry. Kasi meron na tayong 5 apples, Tutor Tolen. So, if we have 5 apples that will be shared equally among your 3 friends, you can also write it this way. 5 divided by 3 is equal to 5 over 3. You may have noticed, kids, that your numerator is bigger than the denominator. This type of fraction is called improper fraction. And for improper fractions, dapat i-reduce natin sa lowest terms. Paano ba yun i-reduce, Tutor Tolen?
So, if we are going to reduce this into lowest term, pwede natin siyang i-divide. Kasi di ba, pwede siyang isulat as 5 divided by 3. So, if we are going to write it in the long method of division, you would notice, pag yung mga apples na yan, dinivide ninyo. Ayaw mag-ano sa next slide, pero sige, pag di ba yung 5 apples, i-divide natin, may matitirang, merong bawat kaibigan mo, mabibigyan mo ng titig isang apple. Kasi there would be 3 divided by 3. So, ilan na lang ang natira? Meron pang 2. So, ibig sabihin, magkakaroon ka ngayon ng fraction na 2/3. Ayan. Magkakaroon na tayo ng fraction na 2/3. So, if we are going to reduce the improper fraction to a mixed number, you would notice that you will have a whole number, which is 1, and a fraction, which is 2/3. So 5/3 now can be written as 1 and 2/3.
Yes. Very good. Now, kids, there is another way to reduce a fraction. Tama yun, sinabi ni Tutor Tolan kanina, we just have to simply divide. So, 5 divided by 3. 5 divided by 3 is equal to 1. 1 times 3 is equal to 3. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. Yung 1 na whole number natin at ang fraction natin, the 2 remainder here will be our numerator and our divisor 3 is going to be our denominator. So same lang yung answer natin, 1 and 2/3.
Yan. So, madali lang siya, Tutor Mel, no? Let's
Yes.
have, ayan. So, if you are going to divide 5 with 3, so 3 is your divisor. So, 5 divided by 3 is 1. And then 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract 5 from with 3, you will have 2 as a remainder. So, yung remainder natin, siya ang magiging numerator ng fraction. And then, your divisor will be your denominator. So, 5/3
Yes.
now can be written as a mixed number. So, again pag sinabing mixed number, meron kang whole number saka fraction. So, you now have 1 and 2/3.
Yes. Very good. Dahil kids, alam na ninyo yung mga basics ng fraction, now let's have the steps in adding fractions. The first step, you have to look at the denominators. If they are the same or what we call as similar fractions, you only have to add the numerators and copy the common denominator. If they have different denominators or what we call as dissimilar fractions, use the cross product method. And finally, don't forget to reduce your answer to its lowest terms if possible.
Tutor Mel, alam mo, meron din ako isang method kasi para ma-visualize ng mga bata. Yung cross-product method, tinawag ko siyang butterfly method. So, pag nag-cross
Mm.
product sila, makaka-create sila ng butterfly.
Yes. Napakadali lang pala, Tutor Tolen, if they will think about butterflies, right?
Yes.
Oo. Alright, so let's
So
have
let's
this
add the,
first.
so let's add the following similar fraction, Tutor Mel. Let's say, for
Yes.
example, we have 1/4 plus 3/4. So you would notice, kids, the denominators are the same. So we just write it as the common divisor or denominator, and then we simply add the numerator. So 1 plus 3 will be 4. So 4 over 4 or 4 divided by 4 will equal to 1. So pag similar fractions, madali lang. Kasi i-add lang natin yung numerators.
Yes, and then copy the common denominator.
Yes.
Yes. This time, kids, let's add again the following similar fraction. So 1 over 12 plus 5 twelfths. Again, they have the same denominator, so we just have to copy the common denominator and then add the numerators. 1 plus 5 is equal to 6 over 12 or 6 twelfths. Tutor Tolen, do we have to stop here? Ito na ba yung final answer natin?
Parang hindi pa, Tutor Mel, kasi may common factor pa ang 6 and 12. So we have to reduce it. Di ba sabi, don't forget, reduce it to lowest term. So using the GCF method natin, yung continuous division and ladder method, ang remaining quotient will be your lowest term for 6 and 12. So that means yung 6 over 12 can also be written as 1/2.
Yes, very good. And of course, kids, you can apply your knowledge about divisibility rules when reducing fractions to its lowest terms instead of getting the remaining quotients through GCF. Simply, you just have to divide 6 over 12. Their common divisor is 6. Kasi 6 yung GCF natin kanina, di ba? So 6 divided by 6 is equal to 1. And 12 divided by 6 is equal to 2.
So
So,
kailangan reduce ang fractions nila.
yes,
Palagi, di ba, Tutor
correct.
Mel?
Tama, Tutor Tolen. So, which would be convenient for your kids? Getting the
Yun ang
GCF?
gamitin nila. Di ba?
Yes. Kung ano yung mas madali sa kanila, Tutor Tolen.
Okay. Let's have naman dissimilar fraction. Let's add the following dissimilar fraction. You would notice the denominators are different. So you have 5 and 7. So to be able to add this, we have to change it to similar fractions, or we use the cross product method or butterfly method. Let's have this one. So if we are going to add 4/5 plus 3/7, okay, cross product, we multiply 4 times 7, you will get 28. And then 5 times 3, you will get 15. And then we multiply the denominators. So 5 times 7 is 35. Simplifying, adding 28 plus 15, you will have 43 over 35. Kids, take a look at the numerator. It's bigger than the denominator. Anong tawag nga sa kanila ulit? Is it proper or improper?
Yes,
Ayan, ang
tama.
galing nila. Tama, it's an improper fraction. So kung improper fraction, we have to reduce it into a mixed number.
Yes.
Yan. So we simply divide 43 by 35. So 43 divided by 35 is 1. 1 times 35 is 35. Subtract 43 minus 35, you will have 8. So 8 now is the remainder. So we write it as your numerator, and then copy your divisor as your denominator. So that means 43 over 35 is now reduced to a mixed number, which is 1 and 8 over 35.
Napakadali lang pala, Tutor Tolen.
Yes, Tutor Mel. Nag-e-enjoy tuloy ako. Kasi yung mga bata, minsan nalilito sila sa fraction. Yan
Oo
kasi yung
nga.
nakakalitong number pagdating sa mathematics, di ba, Tutor Mel?
Yes, yes. This time, kids, let's have subtraction of fractions. Okay? So, same steps, yung subtraction of fractions at saka yung adding fractions, the only difference is the operation. So, first, you have to look at the denominators again. If they are the same or called similar fractions, subtract only the numerators and copy the common denominator. If they have different denominators or dissimilar fractions, use the cross product method. And lastly, don't forget, always reduce your answer to its lowest term if possible.
Yes,
Oh,
dapat. Laging reduce ang answer ha. Reduce to the lowest term. So let's have the following similar fractions. So again, pag similar, pareho ang denominator. So simply subtract the numerators. So 5 minus 1. So 5 minus 1 is 4. And then you copy the common denominator, which is 7. So our answer would be 4 over 7 or 4 sevenths.
yes.
Again,
Is that
reduce
our final
dapat ang
answer?
sagot ha.
Yes. Is that our final answer, Tutor Tolen?
Yes, Tutor Mel, kasi wala nang common factor ang 4 and 7, kundi 1 na lang.
Yes, very good. This time, kids, let's subtract the following dissimilar fractions. As you've noticed, they have different denominators. Okay, so if they have different denominators, we are going to use the cross product method. So 6 times 9 is equal to 54, and then copy the operation. 8 times 5 is equal to 40, and then multiply the denominators. 8 times 9 is equal to 72. So we have 54 minus 40 is equal to 14 over 72. Now, kids, laging tandaan, always reduce your fraction to its lowest terms. Makikita mo pa that 14 and 72, they still have a common factor. Right?
Yes,
So,
ayan.
yes, you can either use GCF or your divisibility rules para malaman ang reduced fraction ng 14 over 72. So, our final quotients are 7 and 36. Ibig sabihin that 14 over 72 is also equivalent to 7 over 36.
Yan.
Yes.
Ang galing ng mga estudyante natin, sumasagot na sila, Tutor Mel.
Oo.
Oh, nare-reduce na nila kagad. Ayan,
Wow.
another way is, using the divisibility rules in reducing fractions to its lowest term. So we divide both the numerator and denominator by their GCF. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. 72 divided by 2 is 36. So the reduced fraction of 14 over 72 is 7 over 36.
Yes, napakadili lang pala, Tutor Tolen. Now, Tutor Tolen, what if we have bigger numbers? What's your
Ayan.
suggestion for this?
Ang suggestion ko sa kanila, Tutor Mel, i-reduce, if the fraction can be reduced to the lowest term, i-reduce na nila para yung magiging sagot nila, reduce na rin or simplest term na rin.
Yes.
So let's try to reduce 10 over 15 and 6 over 24. So using the ladder method, you would notice that on the 10 and 15, ang remaining quotient nila is 2 and 3. So that means the reduced fraction of 10 over 15 is 2/3. And then for 6 over 24, ang remaining quotient nila when we use the ladder method is 1 and 4. So that means 6 over 24 can also be written as 1/4. Kasi pag ganyang malaki, Tutor Mel, naku, tapos 2 digits pa, di ba? Nahihirapan yung mga bata. So this time
Oo.
now, So 10 over 15 is already in 2/3. We can now subtract it to 1/4, which is the equivalent fraction of 6 over 24. So 1/4.
Yes.
Ayan. Madali na, Tutor Mel. One digit na lang. Hindi na ako
Oo.
mahihirapan.
Oo,
Hindi na tayo
yes.
mahihirapan, di ba?
Yes,
O,
yes,
anong
tama.
napansin ninyo, kids, dun sa mga fraction? Are they similar or dissimilar? Ayan, sabi
Correct.
nila dissimilar daw, Tutor Mel. Let's
Oh,
operate these fractions na. So if we are going to subtract the following dissimilar fractions, we use the cross product method. Or kung gusto nyo i-visualize, makaka-create kayo ng butterfly. So we multiply 2 times 4, which is 8, and then 3 times 1, okay, which is 3. Copy your operation, which is subtraction. And then the denominators, simply multiply them. So 3 times 4 is 12. And then simplify 8 minus 3. So 8 minus 3 is 5 divided by 12. Or we are going to have 5 12s. So you would notice, kids, naka-reduce na rin yung inyong final answer.
yes. Mas madali kaysa sa two-digit or
Or more
dapat
than, di
pala.
ba, Tutor
Yes, more
Mel?
than yes. Very good.
So
So
let's
let's
have
have
guided
guided.
practice.
Yes, let's have guided practice. So let's add the following similar fractions. 4/7 plus 3/7. Laging tandaan, kids, look at the denominators. Yes, correct. They are the same. So if they have the same denominator, you just have to simplify the numerators and then copy the common denominator. Let's give them 15 seconds, Tutor Tole.
Yes, 15 seconds, mga kids. Type in your answer on the comment box. Ayan, hello sa aking apo, si Riri. Suot ko ang kanyang Hello Kitty na headband. Happy birthday,
Yes.
happy birthday. Happy birthday sa lahat ng
Shout out kay
nagbe-birthday
Rocky
ngayon.
Bayan. Yes.
Ayan, 4 plus 3. Ayan, ang galing nila, Tutor Mel. Nasagutan nila kaagad. Ang
Wow.
bilis ni ni Payby. Si Martin, si Reinhardt, si Lane. Nasagot nila 1. Very good. Let's have another
Yes.
example, Tutor Mel. Ang galing
Yes.
nila sumagot talaga, Tutor. Let's have naman the similar fraction. So let's add 1/4 plus 1/2. So you have to use the cross product method or visualize ninyo yung butterfly. Since dissimilar sila, magkaiba sila ng denominators. So we will
Yes.
give you again 15 minutes tuloy. 15 seconds lang pala. 15 seconds mga kids to give your final answer.
Yes. Shout out sa lahat ng mga batchmates ko at teachers ko sa Mandawi City Comprehensive National High School
Ako
at sa
din,
Cebu
sa
Normal
Philippine Normal
University.
University, Laboratory School sa Manila. Hello!
Yes.
Ayan. Tingnan nga natin kung may sagot sila. The answer is... Ayan, very good, Martin Angel. Ang sagot niya ay 3/4. Si Kyle Angelo Ruby, 3/4 din. Ayan. Si
Yes.
Nigel. Ang galing-galing ninyo. Si Felicity, si Imelda. Ayan, ang bilis kasing lumabas. Okay. Ayan, very good kayo. The answer is 3/4.
Very good.
Ginamit
Alright,
nga
so
siguro nila yung ladder method, Tutor Mel.
yes, yes. So this time, let's subtract the following similar fractions. All right, so let's give them another 15 seconds, Tutor Tole.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Let's have another 15 seconds. Ang hirap niyan, Tutor Mel.
Oo nga.
5 minus
Hirap.
3?
Tanong natin sa
Can
mga
copy
bata.
the denominator? Tignan nga natin. Oy, kailangan kids ha, reduce ang sagot ha. Reduce lowest fraction.
Yay!
Yan! Very good, Michael! Ang galing, Alexus, Angelique. The answer is 1/5. Very good.
Yay! Well done, kids. This time, let's subtract the following dissimilar fractions. As you can see, kids, they have different denominators. So what are we going to use? Correct. Use the
Cross
cross product
product.
method. So
So
another 15
mag-visualize kayo ng
seconds.
butterfly.
Yes.
So hello Johan, hello Martin, hello Mia. Yan,
Yes. Shout
hello
out kay
Prince.
Ace, Alani,
Hello sa Congress
Isaiah.
173 North Caloocan. Ayan, Congress Elementary
Yay.
School. Ayan, their answers are, yan, very good. Josh David Toring and Angelique. Martin ulit. Ang galing naman ni Martin. Ni Shane, Cyrus, ni Ryzen. Ni Shane, Cyrus. So, ang sagot ay 2/15. Very good.
Yes.
Lowest na ba yan, Tutor Mel?
Yes. Tama. Kahit because the common factor is only 1 for
Yan.
2 and 15.
Ang
Yes.
galing-galing ninyo mga kids.
Yay! Congratulations!
Congratulations! Yan, congratulations mga kids. Ang galing-galing ninyo. Nakakatuwa, Tutor Mel, no? So
Yes.
mga kids, remember if you are adding or subtracting fractions, make sure to determine if they are similar or dissimilar. So kapag similar, all you have to do is to add or subtract the numerators and then copy the divisor or the denominator. Kapag naman dissimilar, we use the cross product method. Sa cross product method, pwede kayong mag-visualize ng butterfly. No. We use this method to be able to add or subtract fractions. Tutor Mel, syempre hindi ko kakalimutan yung mga nabubuo nating acronyms palagi. Even if we are different from each other, pwede tayong mag-add, mag-subtract ng mga hatred na yan. I-add lang
Mm.
natin, love, love, love lang lagi.
Ye-
Di ba? Kasi
Yes.
remember that God cares for our family. And life comes mysteriously. So live life to the fullest and savor every moment with your family. We may be divided by the screen in front of us, but DepEd ETUlay will always find a way to attain our one goal. And that is ETUlay, ang pag-aaral ng lahat. Sabi nga ng DepEd, no student should be left behind. Kahit iba-iba ang ating dibisyon, pero iisa lang ang hangarin nating sulong edukalidad at ang ating medical frontliners ay laging sinasabi, we heal as one. So remember kids, God is our common Savior. Kahit iba-iba pa ang paniniwala at pananampalataya natin, sabi nga ng nasa taas, sabi ni ng kung sino man ang ating pinananampalatayaan. Okay? I love you and you are my children because I am you.
Wow, that's correct, Tutor Tolan. With our Lord's guidance and divine providence, maitulay natin ang pagkatuto ng mga bata kahit nasa kanilang mga bahay tayo. So mga kids, don't forget to watch us every Wednesday, 10:30 to 11 a.m. You can catch us live on our FB pages, DepEd EdTech Unit at DepEd Tayo. You can also watch us simultaneously and as a replay on DepEd Philippines, DepEd EdTech Unit at DepEd TV's YouTube channel.
Of course,
Yay!
Tutor Mel, kung gusto rin nating malaman ang kanilang feedback, pwede rin po nilang scan yung QR code na yan na nakikita nila ngayon sa screen. So comment, or you give us your comment, feedback, or suggestions. So mga parents, mga kids, mga guardians, scan yung QR code. Or you go to your web browser and type https://tinyurl.com/ETUlay feedback form. Don't hesitate to give your feedback so that we can improve.
Yes. And daghang salamat sa pag-tune in at panonood ng aming episode this week. Kami ang inyong math sayahin tutors every Wednesday, 10:30 to 11 a.m. Up next, storytelling K-3 nila Tutor Romary and Tutor Julisbeth.
Siya si Tutor Mel.
Yes,
at ako
muli,
naman,
ako si Tutor Mel.
At ako naman, si Tutor Tolen. As we always say, hashtag happy lang always. See you
Thank you,
next
Tutor
week,
Tolen.
kids.
Goodbye, kids. See you next time.
Ang husay naman. Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama yung mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan. Gamit ang ETUlay level up. Huwag aalis ha. Dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay.